Dad's Gone Bad Gaming.
Like and subscribe.
Good evening and welcome to S-Class Hunter. Today I'm coming to you from Eissentam, the New World. That's literally what the system's called, the New World. I begin by returning to Canadust, my Glyph Portal world in Eissentam, where I run to the portal and fall through the earth. Ah! Nice splat. Anyway, so I go back to the portal and I enter in the Sunrise hack code, which I was pleasantly surprised to find brought me to someplace else than I expected.
Welcome to Amia Prime.
I was immediately impressed with the Earth-like surroundings, the lakes, the waters, the hills, the rolling green, thinking that this is an Earth-like planet. This must be a plush planet of some sort, and realizing obviously how many bases are here too, that I think a lot of people agree, or at least a lot of people have come here through the portal and set up bases. So I spend a little bit of time flying around checking out the different designs that the people build their bases. Like, this is really impressive, like platforms up top and stairs going all the way up to it around it. It's just really cool to see the different ideas that people have for bases. After flying around for a while, I decide to have a plan. My plan is I'm going to use my Nautilion to see if I can find some crashed ships. I figure the base down here in this alcove will do as good as any, so I land down on the platform and I take full advantage of having my freighter in the system so that I can just summon up any of my exocraft that I want. And so go over to the water's edge and summon my exocraft, my Nautilion. Using its high-power sonar, I can scan for drowned starships, crashed freighters, sunken buildings, and submerged ruins. In this case, I'm looking for ships, so I go to drowned starships, and I do the scan, and there's no buildings nearby. I do it again, and nothing. I decide to go somewhere else and see if maybe I have better luck there. But I noticed as I come up out of the water that we're in the midst of a very serious storm up here, a toxic storm. Plush planets don't have storms like this, so I don't think this is actually a plush planet. But we'll see. We'll have to check that out once we can get our freighter in the system. Anyway, so I go to another base. Check this out. All right. I like it. It's nice and simple, a landing pad. Duca Degli Abruzzi. Nice to meet you. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. So I go through all 4 scans, starting with the drowned starship. Scan. Nothing. After recharge, I scan for the crashed freighter, and nothing. To refuel my engine, and notice I have 3 supercharged slots. I really have to do some work with this exocraft. Anyway, I execute the 3rd scan looking for submerged buildings, and I find one, but it's in a different star system. Hope that's not a trend. So I do the last scan looking for submerged ruins, and there's nothing. So at this point I decide it's time to bug out. Let's get up into space, get my freighter here so that I have my full tool set to be able to really look at this system. So okay, the New World. What do we know about it? It comes up as one of the random locations on the Sunrise hack code when you do the Glyph Portal to get here. I activate the planetary probes to take a closer look at the system. It was discovered by the Beard in 1992, 6 years ago. Alright, and there's several planets here. Frostbound planet, a dusty planet, Mojave. What else have we got here? 3 bases on Tosis, and Bella Vista, and 26 other bases on Amia Prime. And it is a contaminated planet. I do want to say the New World does seemingly qualify as an abandoned or dead system. No starbase and no triggerable pirate freighter attack. Next up, living frigate hunting. So I pop off an anomaly detector and I take off. After 19 pings on the anomaly detector, I fall asleep at the wheel and then I suddenly crash into this thing. What the
Atlas message incoming.
I'll accept the Atlas message. You've learned the Atlas word for a while. I feel like I just got a speeding ticket or something. The core of it looks a lot like all the other Atlas things that I've seen throughout my travels. Anyway, pop off an anomaly detector and head back towards my freighter. Hopefully I'll find something along this trip.
13 pings later.
And we have Tulu Eatonson, the specialty in industrial. So we add them to the fleets and we take a look around on the galactic map to see if there's any pirate dissonant star systems nearby that we can check out to see what their freighters are, because we still have that untriggered pirate freighter attack. So I roll into the Ragisif system and immediately trigger the attack, revealing a Tier 2 Imperial Star Destroyer, which is very cool. The Venator design, there's the coordinates for it. Let's take a look inside and see what we've got here. This one is a C class 3319. So we hit the restore and we head back to the New World, our base of operations for tonight's adventure. Suyaman Daha. How about that? Dissonant system, 3-star economy, 3-star conflict system. And we have the Tier 2 Resurgent class Star Destroyer, the largest of them all. And it looks almost identical to the one that I have. So we fly inside to go ahead and take a look and see what class this particular one is. This is a B class with 2815. How cool is that?
Engaging restore point.
The weather's pretty again, not like the toxic soup it was last night. I find Hateba 12, a pirate-controlled dissonant system. I roll into town and I'm a little bit mystified. I can't find the freighter. Looking around for it, like, oh wait, there it is. It's inside of the ice ring. Hey, check it out. It's a Resurgent class Star Destroyer, and it is a Tier 2 as well. After the fight, I fly in, check out what class this guy is, and turns out this one is an S-Class, 2513. How about that? 3 tries, only 3 tries. Welcome to Eissentam. Alright, so I figure I'm going to try one more system, and then I'm going to start looking for Sentinel Interceptors and Sentinel Encampments. So I choose Shifor Newtek as the system I'm going to look for Sentinel Interceptors. And we roll into another pirate freighter attack. Of course, and what do we have here? We have the smallest, the Sentinel Freighter. It is Tier 1, and she is C-Class 3118. I did it again, and she was C-Class 2614. Then I did it again, and she was C-Class 2815. I decided that was enough banging my head against the wall for today. I have set my sights on the Tier 3 Sentinel Dreadnaught, as it is the only capital freighter I have not come across yet in my travels. So I summon my freighter and I take a closer look at Shrom Newtek and Utgator, the corrupted Sentinel planet in this star system. So that is my target. But first I have to dismiss a frigate so that we can go living frigate hunting in this system in Shrom Newtek. So I hop in my spaceship, I get out into space, I pop off an Anomaly Detector, and away we go. And on the first ping we come across this guy here, the Ichiku VZ2. He's strong in exploration with a 19. I'll buy him. So I scoot back down to the planet, and I pop off an Echo Locator, but wait, Locator failed. No harmonies detected in this system. That's a thing. Alright, so there's not going to be any Sentinel encampments in this particular system. That's no good. There's the coordinates for the planet, by the way. So, I randomly came across a monolith on this planet, so I decided to find the Glyph Portal. I get lucky this time and get the question right on the first try. So it's a good thing to have it done the first go of it. Viking Dagger, and I am on my way to the Glyph Portal. Back in my starship, and there it is. Come landing down in. And I'm going to set up a base here. The point is to put up a signal beacon in the system that you can see from space, telling you what is not right in this system. So first off, I'm just going to call it Glyph Portal like I usually do. But I am curious what would happen if I try to pop off a Dreadnaught AI Fragment. So I go into my inventory and I initiate a search. I find one, but it's in another star system. So there's no ships, and there's no multi-tools, and there's no Sentinel encampments on this planet. Interesting. So I decided to head back over to the base that I set up and change the name of it over to something that would indicate there's no Sentinel stuff here. So then I decided to hop up into space and chase down that lead I got on the Sentinel salvage site. Euclid, a 1-star economy, 3-star conflict dissonant system. Here we go. Euclid. I switch over to my ground assault spaceship, the Switchblade, which I absolutely love for doing ground hunting, obviously, and I fly down to check out what this Sentinel ship is that is here. I'm going to use several of my ships to get this operation done. I already had everything in my inventory, so I just needed to execute the scan in order to find the monolith where I can upgrade the highly brain to a harmonic brain, and here it is here. Come flying over and land at it. Usual thing, you run up to it, and all you need to do is just answer the questions, follow it through, and it converts the brain over so it's attuned to you. You can hop back into your spaceship, fly back over to the crash site where it is right here. But yeah, I had to make sure that I had the right ship selected so that I could trade this one in. So this is a B class, and I still need to get a Radiant Shard and an inverted mirror. So I'm glad I have the ship with me. So I hop in, I fly out to look for Sentinels. And first of all, the Radiant Shard I can get by harvesting it. but I actually have to actively hunt Sentinels to get the inverted mirror that I need. Thankfully, what I needed is right here. See him moving around there, so I just shoot him while I'm hovering in my interceptor. Switchblade, inverted mirror, there we go. So I have everything I need now, so I fly back to the crash site again, and now I can put the brain in. But first I have to select the ship that I want to trade in for it. I have to get rid of one to get this one. So I'm going to get rid of Purge to buy or get Hope. It's kind of funny, but let's take a quick look and see if it has 2 supercharged slots, which it does. How cool is that? I love that takeoff. Look at that. It's a very excellent ship. I love the single engine. Love the way it looks, the red, the black. It's fantastic. There's the coordinates for it. So here you go. That is the Sentinel interceptor in this system. So I fly it home and add it to my fleet. Next up, I have to go over and dismiss one of my frigates so I can find the frigate for this system. So checking in, we're going to get rid of the lost Zempedalisk. Fare thee well. So we go out into space and we pop off an anomaly detector and off we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And here we have a spread, stemmed, and oared leaf stash Leviathan. It's a very beautiful ship. Look at that. Very cool. Whispering Yazherbi. It is C-class and has a 19 for trade. I think I'm going to buy that. On my way back, I find this hyperspace navigation station, which basically does nothing, but it looks pretty cool. I just fly right on by that and cruise on back to my freighter. I reset my restore point and I cruise back down to the planet because I want to check out the volcanoes. So we come flying down in. And, ooh, look at this. All right, volcanoes with flowing lava. I like it. Very visually impressive. However, I heard a rumor that these things actually erupt. So I'm going to go land kind of close to one and then roll up to it. Take a look up over my shoulder. I can hear it. I can hear it. Boom. Yes. Coming to you live from Eissentam. I hope you have a fantastic night.
Like and subscribe.
Dad's Gone Bad Gaming.